right, so now that we have the auto trigger going a little bit better, let's go ahead and swing in like this. We do have the game. We can swing in with everything and win, but I mean, how often do you create another 149 tokens, right? Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and you know it's going to be a really fun deck when we're playing Krenko. 10 Street Kingpin, my favorite card of all time. I love this card just because if it goes off, it is just so janky and fun. So whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter onto it, and then you create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to Krenko's power. So the main idea of this is try to get around making Krenko's power insanely high and doing fun things while we're doing it. So Light of Promise is the way that we're going to do it. This is the new core set 2021 enchantment aura. Whenever a creature attacks, whenever you gain life, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. So if we gain life in any different way, you know, from Healer's Hawks, whatever, things getting life, maybe just a massive Healer Hawk because we have Angelic Exaltation, to be able to swing in for a huge hit with it, we can gain a ton of life and put a bunch of counters onto whatever creature has that. So that's the kind of idea that we have with this deck. Then we are hoping to make Krenko just massive, really big, and swing in and having a bunch of enter the battlefield triggers with Daxos and Impassioned Orator, which also gain life for the Light of Promise, and just do some busted cool things. And so that's kind of the game plan of this deck, is we are trying to make Light of Promise be a really busted card. We do have some other fun things in here because we're going for fun and jank, and that's why I'm also playing this up against chat right now. So if you guys see chat right above me, we're playing up against people here in chat. We're going to be doing some fun stuff basically with this deck. So real quick, game plan for this deck is a couple of early game creatures so that we can have, you know, consistent creatures gaining us life for Johnny's Pridemate as like a second game plan. Then we also have our Impassioned Orators and Daxos, which also gain life with our early game creatures. Johnny's Pridemate also getting life, doing big stuff, is just another good body that we can do cool things with. Then we have 2 copies of Footfall of Crater in here, which comes from Ikoria. 1 mana enchanted land gets tap this, target creature gains trample and haste until end of turn. This lets us have more reason to be splashing in our red mana because we already have such a heavy white source, and also being able to give trample and haste to our Krenko is really what's beautiful here. If we can actually swing in the turn that we play him, so on turn 4 we have an extra land out, then we can play Krenko, swing in with him immediately, and start getting some counters, start getting some goblins out onto the battlefield, and then hopefully gain some life as we're swinging in because it works really with Johnny's Pridemate. You know, all this different stuff. We can create a bunch of goblins, which creates more into the battlefield triggers with the Impassioned Orator, Daxos, all this stuff. And so that is kind of the dream that we're going for with this deck, is just trying to gain a ton of life as we're going through, doing fun, awesome stuff. We could also bring in things like Heliod for some of the life gain and putting counters onto stuff, which honestly might be better than just playing Light of Promise, just so you guys know. But Light of Promise is fun and interesting. And then also the Queen that also lets us attack with a bunch of creatures and gain tons of life that way. Another great way to go with this deck. But this is what we have right here. Just trying to go for as much jank and fun stuff as possible. We are going to be winning through Johnny's Pridemates, things like that. We're also going to be winning through Krenko, hopefully, as long as we actually run into it in this games. I've played so many games where I've gone through like 7 to 8 matches and never found the one card that we have 4 of in the deck to make it actually interesting. So hopefully it doesn't happen, but we're gonna be playing up against chat and see how this does for us, and wish me luck. All right, so keep this. This is a little bit awkward. We can make this work though. All right, got you next, Xazster. Mace of the Valiant is super fun, but we need to dig for Krenko. Krenko is what matters here. And I love that I actually have... I've been holding on to these card backs just so that I can Krenko. That's what matters. All right, let's go for, I guess, Daxos first, because it gets value from things dying as well. All right, they're going for lots of counters as well. Oh no, enchantment kills the Daxos. Rude. All right, we need to thin out our deck. This is way too many lands. So there is a combo that you can do with this as well. So if you can turn these Hydroids or the Wildwood Scourge into not a Hydra and have 2 of them out, mutate both of them, and you get 1 counter onto one of them, all of a sudden they go off infinitely. So you can actually do some pretty fun stuff with them. Yeah, no blocks. So this is also an infinite plan. We found the Krenko. Let's see if they let us have another turn. No attacks. And we have Light of Promise in hand. Please, pretty please. Can we survive? All right, swings in. Yeah, they're being nice. All right, we'll take it. No blocks. All right, so the best potential thing here is to go for another Impassioned Orator type plan. All right, so we go for Light of Promise onto Krenko. We go Healer's Hawk, get 1 counter onto Krenko. And then we swing in with Krenko, get a counter onto Krenko, and then create 3 tokens. As those tokens come down, we get 3 more counters onto Krenko. And now we actually have a decent amount of blockers and a little bit of life. So I mean, he was nice, didn't swing in as aggressive as he needed to. We would have been able to survive the turn, but we would have had to lose Impassioned Orator or Krenko, which kind of loses the whole value of what we're trying to do here. So that was very nice of Alonsir to let us go off with the combo for the first time. All right, so Light of Promise number 2 onto Krenko again. Swing in. This has reach, so yeah, just swing in there. All right, so we get to create 7 more Goblins. We get to get 14 counters onto Krenko now. This is pretty fun. And also gain 14 life. Now we're a little bit out of reach. Hopefully, all right, so let's resolve all. All right, so Krenko's a little bit big now. Thank you for this, by the way, letting us go off. I actually do want to see the combo go off here as well. So if you find another Hydra and get it mutated into something else, you can go for infinite combos. All right, and Daxos. So go for Daxos. Yep. 2 more counters onto Krenko. I mean, honestly, we were only 1 turn away from going crazy with this deck. So, like, this is actually pretty sweet. And I mean, now we have blockers for days. Yeah, create another token. Make Krenko a little bit bigger. A few more counters on there. And now we'll gain a little bit of life. Also, if this dies, we gain a bit of life. So we'll go ahead and gain a few there, even if they do block. So 56 triggers. So getting, yeah, 56 life. Plus quite a few counters on the Krenko. So again, I think that they would have won if he had swung in there, but we were 1 turn away from going crazy here with Krenko. This is so fun. All right, and we had the Mace of the Valiant that we could have had too. That would have been nice. My go. Oh man. Yeah, sorry. Oops. Oh man, this is good. So just so you guys know, with his combo as well, so if you have the Hydras and then they end up mutating, and they no longer become Hydras, so then they can put counters on each other. It will actually stop the game because I don't think it's a May ability. Yeah, so because it's not a May ability, they'll keep going, so you have to have some sort of way to interact. So either with Fling or with Ram Through, in hopes that they have a creature that you can target to be able to actually kill and go off. So you can have infinite amount of damage, and as soon as you have one Ram Through to be able to trigger and kill something, then you can go through with it. Or a Fling and swing in. So there is some pretty sweet stuff here. All right, so our Krenko is at 114, 16. Oops. I really wish there was a way to say, hey, just don't show these triggers every time. That would be really nice. It doesn't matter if they're the exact same trigger, which one goes first. Just saying. I guess there might be like interaction in his hand, which could have it be matter. Oh, there we go. Gain some life. All right, I guess can I do that while we're here? Our gameplay. Oh, auto order triggers. There we go. There we go. All right, that makes it go faster. All right, I mean, we're gonna go again, right? Oh, there's another Impassioned Orator. All right. Should have tapped differently so I could go for Castle Ardenvale again. All right, so now that we have the auto trigger going a little bit better, let's go ahead and swing in like this. We do have the game. We can swing in with everything and win, but I mean, how often do you create another 149 tokens, right? And break the game? This is the reason why we do this, right? Is this is why Krenko is my favorite card. Is I have broken the game more times with Krenko than any other card. All right, so we get a few triggers, 200 and, all right, sorry, 300. Yeah, let's get up to maybe 400 triggers, 447 triggers. So anyway, we're gonna talk about chat for a little bit here while we make the biggest Krenko that ever existed. So it's 446 times times a few, yeah. It's so fun. Now we just need a way to give him lifelink as well. All right, so let me go ahead and turn down the game sound for a little bit, so we don't have to deal with this quite as much. So how are you guys all doing? How's everyone in chat? What's going on in your life? Yeah, having trample would be pretty sweet here too. We're definitely gonna swing in with everything on the next turn so that it will end the game, but also it depends. How close are you to actually getting your infinite combo going? Yeah, we'll probably do negative 1,000 with this. It'll get pretty close. I think it'll probably be about 900 that he ends up being. So the most Krenko tokens that we've ever made, the biggest Krenko that we had was, what was it? It was like 13,000 power. We did that on another time with, and we didn't use any +1/+1 counters. It was all just through all that glitters, I think was what it was. Ooh, Hadana's Climb would be fun. Yeah, Hadana's Climb would be great. Divine Visitation in this deck. Oh gosh, that would be really fun. All right. Do we want to see Krenko be the biggest he can ever be, or are we wanting to just end the game here? I mean, I can go for more Krenko. I'm always down for more Krenko. I got a fever. Yeah, I was gonna say this could be game. Can you concede? All right, I can concede. It's fine. All right. Oh man, darn it, we lost. I mean, you did have the game there. All right, up against Xazster. We're gonna keep this. We have a pretty sweet hand. Doesn't have the Krenko game plan, but lots of life is still pretty awesome. Ooh, and there is the Krenko. All right, game plan is on. All right, he goes for the stomp. I'm actually pretty happy with that. That means that we don't have anyone stomping the Krenko. What we could do for the next turn, though, is we could hold off on Krenko for one turn. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Krenko out. Like, being able to have the protection would be nice. So pass the turn. We're just going to hope and pray that he doesn't die here. Oh, gosh. That's bad. Okay. Just a Xazster, no big deal. All right, we do kind of have our combo going off here though, so no blocks. We can give this protection from red. And we go Impassioned Orator. So as long as we get to Krenko going up a little bit here, it's fine. So grab white mana. Another, let's see, we need to be able to give it protection twice though. This turn and then also when Xazster swings in. So I guess we go for Alonsir Life's Bounty now. All right, protection from red. Swing in. Start creating some goblin tokens. I mean, we're definitely dead to Xazster in like a couple turns, but another Alonsir Life's Bounty. Have protection for the next turn. We're keeping Krenko alive, and that's all that matters. All right, swings with Xazster. The smart way to go is 4 damage at face here. Or they could just kill a bunch of Alonsir Life's Bounties. All right. Sack you. Give you protection from red. Didn't go for the Krenko. Now it don't matter none. Now we have more protection. Through the possibility. Ox of Akonas. Oh no. Down to 7. I mean, we're dead on the next turn. Or are we? Let's go for Daxos and Impassioned Orator. And swing. I mean, Krenko dies to Bonecrusher Giant, but we're going for life gain now. And trying to actually close out the game. Okay, through a possibility again. So, gain 6 life. Krenko dies. Yeah. I'm trying to actually like finish this game out for reals though here. Kill the Bonecrusher Giant. I mean, Xazster, I don't know how we beat Xazster. Iron Crate beat into Xazster is annoying. It's potentially something like Angelic Exaltation here. It would be pretty sweet. All right, we gain 3 life from things dying. Another creature, so 2 things. Go up to 21. Fire of Prophecy. Okay. All right, my hope of actually killing them is dwindling more and more. All right, down to 12. Play Healer's Hawk. Yeah, I think this is game now. I mean, I'm just surprised how long we even survived through Xazster. Prologuing the agony. I love it. Ooh, there we go. Now we got the Light of Promise. That would have been nice a little bit ago. Swing in. Take it, fool. Tear you. All right, and swings in, and that's the game. All right, pretty good. We'll go into the next one. We believe in Sir Cranks. Yep. Sweet deck. That was awesome. I'm totally fine losing to cool things like that. All right, up against Alonsir again. We are having some issues with Arena playing up against chat. So we might end up taking this deck into just normal gameplay after this if we don't have anyone else pop in. Man, Arena just always has so many issues. Having haste would be nice, but I'd love to find more white mana. This is really... There we go. That's much better. All right, so now we're going for Impassioned Orator. I'm actually debating putting Light of Promise just onto the Orator, because, I mean, this guy can get massive here. I guess we're shocking again. I probably didn't need to there. Yeah, Light of Promise onto Impassioned Orator. Swing in. Pass the turn. Now we can go Basri, Ket, Healer's Hawk. Do some pretty fun stuff. The -2 with Basri and Impassioned Orator. Oh, man. No! I put the Light of Promise onto the wrong one. That's okay. I played that wrong as well. Alright, Paradise Druid comes out. Jiang Yingu. Alright, so go Basri. Alright, so we're just playing out everything here. So I mean, this is the other side of it too. Light of Hope, Light of Promise onto another creature with Krenko coming out is still really nice. Counter onto the Krenko here. Swing in. They're gonna have tons of mana, but a few counters onto Impassioned Orator. Get in, down to 4, and then we're going for the -2 with Basri Ket, which lets us go wide with all this stuff. Ooh, this is gonna be sweet. And then Impassioned Orator is just gonna be massive. So the dream here is we find another Light of Promise to put onto Krenko. Stony Strength, alright, let's see how... Are they just comboing off here? Gain some life up to 7. Okay. Alright. All-Seeded Life's Bounty. Giving this protection from green is one way to win. But we're not gonna do that. We're going for the -2 here. Swinging in with the whole team. One attack's there, the rest here. Yeah, just imagine this being on the Krenko instead, because actually all these would come in before Krenko's triggers off, so we can actually have all of the counters come in first and then have Krenko hit. So pretty fun stuff we can do there. So they have to jump here, jump here. They have 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this should be enough for lethal. They can pump with the Leyline of Abundance after they block. Actually, they may not have enough. Shablamo! Nice. Alright, up against Darkblade, and now we have all the pieces we want with terrible mana, but we are gonna keep it, and it's gonna be glorious. We'll lead off with Healer's Hawk. I'm fine with the rest of the hand being a little bit slower. And this also lets us potentially run into more lands. Or more 1-drops. And this hand could be so glorious. Oh no. I have a feeling things are going to go very, very wrong for us though. Grab the mountain so we can at least play Krenko. There we go. Alright. We get the crank. Let's hope they don't have removal. So I guess Mace of the Valiant, actually we can't equip it. It's 3 to equip. So Bajri Ket's probably the best play. Giving him indestructible and creating a few more tokens. Rosethorn Acolyte. Oh, I think that this is the Song of Creation mill deck, which is so fun. Definitely keeping Angelic Exaltation. Yeah, he's probably going to win by us not actually killing him in time, but it's going to be so fun. All right, indestructible Krenko, pretty sweet stuff. Takes it all down to 14, pass the turn. Light of Promise might be worthwhile. I guess only if we had like another way to do it. What we could do is like Angelic Exaltation, swing with Healer's Hawk as the actual way to win with a bunch of creatures on the board. MTG Nerd Girl, how are you doing? Welcome. Dude, I almost called you Gerd Nerdle. I'm really, really sorry. Dude, with my dyslexia, it is so bad sometimes. But yeah, how you doing? Welcome. I was glad I was able to catch your stream for a little bit last night. Glinthorn Buccaneer. All right, what is this deck? This does feel like the Song of Creation deck, which I mean, I guess maybe if you end up drawing all of your hand, Glinthorn Buccaneer could be nice to play, but it's hard to play that and other stuff. All right, so we are going for as much value as possible here. So Angelic Exaltation. Counter onto Krenko. Now I need to go back and change the... I was taking out the triggers here. We need to order this so that Krenko gets biglier. This is resolution order. So yeah, we do want more Gabos. So more Gabos. We'll create 11 there. That's fine. And pass the turn. You've been called worse. All right, here it is. Do they go off with the combo? They have to have X spells or Underworld Breach. I've not seen this way. So this only counts for the cards that were already in the graveyard at the time that you play it. So if you had stuff in hand, it's actually better to not play that right away. I guess drawing cards, though, is the best. All right, so yeah, next turn they should be able to go off like crazy. So what we're looking for is like Impassioned Orator into Light of Promise. It's probably just Bajri Ket though, swinging in with everything for the win. But is that as much fun as just seeing the actual combo go off? Discards the hand. Yeah, Glinthorn Buccaneer with Song of Creation. Actually pretty fun stuff. All right, we'll go Tajik. We will go for the -2 and go for the win. Yeah, so the whole idea of this deck is that we have Light of Promise, and we can also go with the Impassioned Orator or Daxos to create a bunch of triggers as these guys come into the battlefield. So then we can have a massive Krenko as well as just a bunch of things coming in, and it's pretty janky, but oh boy, is jank fun sometimes. Here's the deck. Overall, I really enjoyed the deck. It was super fun. I'm glad that we were able to play with it. We got to go off with the combo made up to we would have made probably 1,500 tokens on the next turn if we let it go for the next time. We would have had a 1,000 powered Krenko, which, I mean, come on. Is there anything more fun than a 1,000 power Krenko? And we did make him up to 13,000 power one time, but that completely broke the game. Anyway, so much fun to be had here with this deck. I love having really fun combos in decks and playing things like Krenko. And this deck actually was working fairly well. I mean, the life gain, synergy, and power stuff does just win you games at times. And basically, if Krenko goes unanswered in a deck, it works really well with Bozriket, by the way. If he just survives one turn and you can actually start building up your board, you should be able to win games with Krenko as well. And that's probably one of my favorite things about Krenko is it's all in on this jankiness, and you kind of just hope that it works. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, that's it for this video. We're gonna go ahead and end the recording here, and we'll be jumping into some other stuff on stream. Anyway, thanks so much. Please like and subscribe, and click the link down below for the Twitch to join us on Twitch next time.